Good afternoon and welcome to UnitedTV. Today we were planning to have Dr. Mike Katz as our guest, but I believe there are some technical issues that happened on his side. So we were stood up by our Republican candidate. So we decided to just open the session and just talk about the overall issues that we have um, in today's topics, like the hot topics, pretty much. Like we're gonna kind of go over those. So these things happen. So these are live events, and this is it's not a CNN or Fox News, so we don't have a lot of people waiting on the back as a backup. So, but our backup is our knowledge and our experience and our variety of ability of discussing a variety of different topics. So we are just going to go over some of the important things today. Now, we are hoping that Dr. Katz is okay. So we haven't heard back from him, but in case he just shows up a little bit late, we'll get him in. Otherwise, we'll reschedule him at some other time. So what we are trying to do at United TV, our goal is to kind of fill this gap in a way that there is really no dynamic and live places that you can sources that you can actually really take. I mean, get any information and news. So pretty much, I mean, if you want to just be a subscriber to Miserable News Journal, you can. Otherwise, you won't be able to read after the two statements that they have, but no one reads it, honestly. There's a couple other small papers, but there's really no audience on those either. I checked. I checked some other channels, and really, like, we are it. So I don't see others at the same level. And this is not just the state of Delaware. This is nationwide and also in Turkey as well. So now what I wanted to do is, in case of someone not showing up, so we have, and Ethan now has the mic on his side, so he's going to join me from the
I
background.
sure do, so everyone can hear my voice now.
This
Hello.
is not going to be like a question answers, but more like just us discussing. Like one of them is, like I get this question all the time: if the U.S. economy headed to the right direction. So, Ethan, I'll ask you a question. Do you check the gas prices?
Oh, I absolutely do, especially now with my hour commute to work.
Right.
So it's a little rough.
Yours actually is. You probably feel it more than anyone else.
Yeah.
And right now, I think they are over $4 again.
Yep, it went back to over 4. I was actually telling my wife yesterday. I was like, "Are you going to ignore the fact that prices are going back up?"
And it's this time it doesn't seem like there's really like a good reason. Like we are not able to kind of correlate what's really happening versus why it's increasing. But it used to go down. I think 2 weeks ago, just like it was 314. Now it's 414.
Yep.
And I checked those on a regular basis. One of the reasons is for this channel, and the issue that we know is that we may have different opinions, different perception, whatever you want to call. But at the end of the day, you would look at how much certain things are costing you for your day-to-day life. And the gas is one of the key elements of that. So when you go to the grocery shopping, then you look at the other day-to-day items that we are buying, and then you feel it. So I feel it, you feel it, and others feel it. So right now, I don't see the great, I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So maybe 6 months ago, it would have been different. But today, not having a clear view of what's happening with Iran and what's happening in other places in terms of the conflict, seems like we are just being pulled into some unnecessary fights, unnecessary war, unnecessary open-ended conflicts, and this is going to make the market kind of like uneasy, and we are going to probably see it in different places, and every day we are going to actually feel it. So um, I would like to say that yes, economy is on the right direction, but that is not the case today. So, um, and one of the probably issues, Ethan, I don't know if you would agree with this, and I don't know how much you follow the actual politics, but we are paying attention to a lot of like nonsense these days, like the color of the pool and the like now they are making fun of Trump just farting in like the funeral. This was yesterday, and like the someone's like types of socks that they are wearing in
Mm-hmm.
the White House,
Mm-hmm.
and rather than just important
It's like
issues,
small things because I
right?
saw a lot of like instead of seeing important things on social media like the past 2 days, I saw the same thing you were seeing where Trump shares Tic Tacs with the vice president, or Trump like tapped
Right.
the coffin, and I'm like, yeah, I agree that we could be focusing on much more better things that can help us out.
So that's kind of like that's probably one of the issues where we are not able to get like solid information. There may be something really important happening. Like yesterday, Fetterman, the senator of the PA, the guy with his shorts and
Yeah, he just
hoodies,
dressed casual, right?
interesting. I don't know what to make out of him. Like um, the dress code is one thing, but then he's a Democrat, but supporting the Republicans occasionally. And then he met with Netanyahu yesterday or the day before. Like the
Yeah,
picture was not a great picture. I don't know if you are able to pull that picture from
it was a
yesterday.
recent one.
Yeah, um, it maybe uh,
He's a senator, right?
it may be on Twitter, or if you just
Fetterman.
Google it, it will come up. So he's in his shorts, and then you know, like is it really like should we even talk about it? Well, as I'm just telling you this, we are talking about it. But this is John Fetterman. If you just
I can pull
search
this photo
for
up.
his name with Netanyahu.
Here, I have him up on the screen. Yeah, well, let me see it.
And do you have that picture?
Let me
Here,
find.
I'll just send
Are you
it.
trying to find one of his wardrobe or what he recently wore?
No, I'm just going to send you. This is the most recent one. I'm going to send it to you from the team if you are able to
Mm-hmm.
open this up. So then I'll follow you from the screen. So, like, is it important? Well, I guess to a point it is, um, because here's a state senator, and then the foreign country leader just having this, unnecessary discussion, and then we are talking about these things. So that's just kind of like what I have seen these days, and there's really no solid, tangible, really positive focus. So things become more symbolic rather than. Were you able to open that?
I'm actually trying to. Sorry about that. Little
It's
technical
on the team.
difficulties.
It didn't open.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find.
Um,
Oh, there we go. I have it up now.
yeah. So the second picture, I think you scroll down.
Oh,
No,
sweet.
not
Oh,
that, not that, not that.
well, I have this
So
video. Yeah, you pulled up.
is it the video? Okay, open
Yeah.
the video. Let's see.
Oh, I have to log in
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
the
it.
video. It won't because you're not signed in. So just zoom in a little bit so it will play. Yeah. So I mean, you can see his
Yeah.
boxers. Um, well, he made it. Um, you
I'm
know,
surprised he's able to get away with that. It
like
just
right. So
there's no
why?
respect.
Right. So he had stroke. I think he may have some other issues. Maybe people are not, taking him seriously. But he's the guy who makes he breaks all these ties. Like he's the decision maker almost in many cases because he's the Democratic guy going after, like I mean, supporting the Republican agenda in these cases. And to me, like this picture itself is really, um, like, it's against everything I believe in.
Mm.
And this senator is sitting down with with a foreign country leader. So, what is his purpose there? So is he getting donations? Is he getting different support? Is he getting social media support? Who knows? But I don't know if I like this from the United States standpoint. So, um, but that's one of the things. And then if we were to go back to the, the economy, so I think we need better projections and better um, planning, and communication should definitely be uh, should be improved, because otherwise we are going to have, I believe, we are going to have some long-term issues. Now, one of the greatest part of our system here in the United States is that we have elections every 2 years. So the election is every 2 years is a reality check. So, and it's the best kind of like the poll in a way, so that you'll know whether or not you are being supported or not. So if the ruling party is not getting the results that they are hoping in the midterm, that should say something. So this is this going to impact someone like President Trump, who's 80 years old, who may not have a lot of future plans for politics? Who knows? But he may not change anything in that next 2 years, or he may actually take advantage of the 2 years. Who knows? Or maybe he can, support and do something more useful and focusing on the real issues and staying out of the war that as he promised. So like one of the questions that I was going to have for my cats is like, he's the Republican candidate, and having different views in this channel is important. So we are not the voice of one opinion only. So then, I was going to ask him how disappointed he was with Trump, because we were going to be all out of these unnecessary conflict, and then now we are in one that is kind of like open-ended, and we don't know where we are going with that. Now, the other thing that we can discuss today is, and this is one of the questions that I ask our people in different sessions with our state officials, elected officials, or the candidate, is America too politically divided? And I don't know, Ethan, if you remember what Chris Coons was answering. One of the things that I was telling him, if this was the worst time in politics that we were divided the way that we are today, and then he was saying that that's not the case. In the 80s and in other times, this was at the same level. So he's probably right on this one. So the other thing is, again, a lot of people are asking these questions, is that if United States should continue playing a major role internationally, and my quick answer is that I don't think we have a choice. So when again we cover this in so many different times, if you look at the just military bases that United States has around the world, it's a lot. So, and there's a reason for that, and that role of the major role internationally is already in place for a long time, and undoing that is one. I don't think it needs to happen, because some of these from U.S. Benefits, we need to be in certain places. Now, this doesn't mean that we need to be everywhere, but I think U.S. has a responsibility as the major superpower right now, and making sure that the markets are in stable conditions in many places, not like the one that we have in Iran today, but we want to make sure that we are bringing more stability and staying out of these unnecessary conflicts. But then, yeah, the answer to this would be we don't have a choice, so we have to play that major role. We have seen this in the NATO summit a couple of weeks ago in Turkey, and the United States is different. Like, it's not like the French president coming and getting the same type of treatment even in Turkey. So Trump was treated like a king, well, in a good way. So in this one, it's not like the protest king. So this is just a good king side. So like he was treated with a lot of respect. So One of the other issues that we've been discussing, which I think we opened up this one a little bit last week, is the artificial intelligence. And Ethan, I'm sure you had some news on this one where the OpenAI, one of the programs that they were testing in a sandbox, was able to, I mean, the reason it's in a sandbox, they want to see if this was able to do certain things and become fully independent, I believe. And then it did, and it hacked. It got out of the sandbox, and then it
Oh.
hacked. Um, so I'll send you one. So today I'm the co-producer, so so I'm sending you the
That
link.
is news to me though, because I mean all the AI stuff
So you
following.
were busy in the last week's
Yeah, so they let
session,
it do its own thing. You're saying, and
right? So it
think for
does
itself.
like so. The
Wow.
way it is that ChatGPT maker OpenAI said its artificial intelligence system hacked into another AI company, Hugging Face, on its own in what the company called as unprecedented cyber incident. So this is one of the reasons that we always talk about the artificial intelligence and the potential issues and what would happen if it becomes the complete uh, if it becomes completely independent from what we are doing
Mm-hmm.
today. And so that means if they were testing this in the sandbox, meaning that they were not going to probably talk to anyone, they were not going to disclose this to anyone if it didn't go out, but they were getting ready for this technology,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of scary. It's kind of like those COVID labs, chemical, I mean, the biological Wuhan, right? The labs,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
but this is in the
experimenting on a
IT.
lot of stuff.
This is in the
Yeah.
IT world.
Yeah.
So, and and this is happening. This is real. So, and actually, ChatGPT was the one who actually came out with this, and they disclosed it. But the important issue that we need to understand is they are already testing AI to be fully independent.
Mm-hmm.
And once we lose control, the things can happen in a way that no one can predict. That's what I would probably say. Um, now, uh, if this incident didn't leak or it didn't hack, like a better term, this other system, what would have happened?
Mm-hmm.
So the the answer is probably we wouldn't know, and it would more advanced, and then time that it actually gets out of control would be a huge issue. So
Mm-hmm.
like what Sam Altman is saying on a different post, OpenAI says some of its experimental AI models left the test environment with no human direction and hacked its way onto different company, a real production system, while trying to cheat on cybersecurity tests.
Wow.
So this is from CNN 2 weeks ago or last week. So
So they don't learn anything from any movies that
no,
we
because
watch.
the evil is always there,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't have to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see. I just want to see. I don't want to miss anything on this one. Now, uh, Ethan, you like technology.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on the AI? Like the
Um.
AI becoming independent, not like I love using the AI, so that's not the issue.
Yeah. No. It has its uses, and I think we can use it to advance in everything that we use professionally, and of course with content. And like me as a content creator, I think it's really useful at times to create stuff. But I have a saying that I used to say, even like before AI, I told people, I was like, I think technology would be great if it just stopped now. Like, I think the more we keep digging, the more like we're gonna find something we don't want to know. So, yeah, for me, it's just like
But
it's useful,
what
but
are
and
you
it's
afraid of? Like, what do you think we are gonna find?
I just think one day it's gonna just like I mean I watch AI videos as much as you and I'm sure everyone else, and there's videos that you got to second guess like was that
Some of
real
them
or
are, yeah.
not.
Some
So
of
I
them,
think that's what's scaring me is
yeah.
more like you can use it as a power to make someone speak. and like
Hmm.
someone in power could do that too. Again, I'm not big on like I don't follow politics all the time, but all of a sudden, if you grab some sort of leader of another country and then put them on AI saying they're going to do something, then that has a lot of potential of being really bad. So, and just what it can do to get into our information and use other people's faces that we know personally too. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we need to understand also why are they testing this?
Right. Right.
So, what's the
Again, for me, it's like, why can't we just stop at, can you make this poster for me on AI? As opposed to why does it have to think for itself? We
right?
should keep it regulated. Yeah.
So, and that's one of the things that I don't know uh, if there's a different agenda here.
Mm-hmm.
So, if and also how they couldn't monitor this and control this, and it already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, did it happen in other places? Maybe they didn't hack other systems yet, but it already happened, and then maybe it is trying to do it.
Correct. Yeah.
So, and there are some different models for this, I believe. So, like the Center for AI Safety 2024. This is the Harm Bench, Air Bench 2024, AI Illuminate, and I think we may be finding ourselves in huge trouble by the time we realize that it's already too late. But I think that's just going to happen. So let's see what other things that we have. I'm just going through. One of the thing is the healthcare costs. Oh, actually, we can talk about healthcare costs. So, which we always talk, but this week I had colonoscopy scheduled on Thursday,
Mm.
which was yesterday. So, and well, I own a surgery center, but for some reason, like I didn't feel comfortable to be with our own people, not because of the clinical skills, but just for some privacy issues. I scheduled it out of state, like in one of the Philadelphia hospitals, not UPenn or Drexel, like lower.
Mm.
So, well, I was just doing the check-in. I started prep on Wednesday morning, and so and I like their check-in system. So that it was really just smooth, and it was just and I started doing the screen recording, Ethan, so that I could show that to John Donnelly and Kosivi. So
Yeah.
and then we would talk to Oracle and say, hey, like this is really good, so we should really do this. And
Mm-hmm.
we were going halfway through. I was going through, and it says I need to pay $1,000. I'm like, okay. So because I'm doing in a hospital setting, I thought maybe because same thing would be about $900 in our center.
Mm-hmm.
So it was $1,000 just the patient fee.
Mm.
But then I just read this thing on the right about the $1,000 patient responsibility. It was what insurance will pay. So the allowable schedule was $12,700
Mm-hmm.
for colon EGD together. $12,700. And after I paid $1,000, the insurance was going to pay $11,700.
Mm.
Well, I canceled it.
Yeah.
I canceled it for several different reasons. One, personally, I'm like, what the heck? So I'll find some other places that's going to be less expensive. One. Then I own a medical billing company, and we own the organization called United Medical ACO, which is fully responsible for healthcare costs altogether. And I'm like, I need to understand why insurance would even pay that kind of money. So this is not in the emergency setting; it's a routine colonoscopy. And the third one is from the employer standpoint. I'm like, if I spend this kind of money from our employer plan, which United Medical,
Mm-hmm.
so that will come back to us later next year because it's a higher cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those three different points, three different angles, I'm like, okay, so cancel it. Now, of course, no one wants to do colonoscopy on their own. including myself. So that was a good excuse for me to get out of it for now, but I need to schedule it. But speaking of healthcare costs, I want people to really understand clearly that unless we have a good uh, control on the hospital expenditures and how much they are charging, why they are charging, we will not be able to understand the actual cost. So something that's going to cost less than $1,000 is costing $13,000 for a simple procedure. Like 1,000, 13,000.
Hmm.
And there are insurance companies that are paying for this, and they don't have a problem paying this. And I have a little bit, issue with this with the insurance companies as well. But then they just come after us, private practices, with these punitive audits, reviews, and you are charging level 4, level 5, level 3. Oh, I'm going to pull this many charts, that many charts. Well, go and do your job and then just look into the actual expenses where this money is being spent. So I'm not speaking for any specific insurance, but the issue of the approach to the private practice. So I think from the insurance company and TPA, third party administrator standpoint, it's the most unethical to question my providers for level 4 versus level 5 billing, which is like $30, $40 more. So you didn't write like everything, or some dumbass coder on the insurance side says A1C 9.5 is nothing. Don't worry about it. I mean, you are stupid person, that coder on the insurance side, because she asked her friend, "Oh, is 9.5 A1C bad?" And she's like, "Oh, I have diabetes. It's not a it's not a big deal." So when is the big deal? When you die?
Mm.
And then we are being dinged for this because some imbecile on the insurance side is saying that, "Oh, this is not important enough." Well, I want to see you and your family in the endocrinology office. And when the A1C is 8.2, I want to see how you are going to react. So now we deal with those. I mean, you see, like my feelings, Ethan, on this one, it just goes on and on.
Hmm.
Like, how is it that we are being hunted by insurance companies for $40 and we don't have resources? Not many of these offices don't have enough resources. What happens? They come to us, to the central office, and see if we can pull this many charts, that many charts, and insurance company pays in one lump sum $13,000 for colonoscopy and EGD.
Yeah, insane.
So I mean, if I were to just convert one of them, I didn't do this math, but instead of 13,000, if I pay 1,000, that's $12,000 savings. Divide by from level 4 to level 5, let's say $45. That's 266 audits that they are coming after us.
Hmm.
If they were to put the time and energy into one uh, hospital EGD colonoscopy case, to convert that to a surgery center like ours, so they would save 267 encounters. But what they do, they don't have a problem me going to Pennsylvania, and they were going to pay this. But when our endocrinologist or our primary care is billing accurately, they are coming after us. So that's where the healthcare cost is going to be always discussed in a way that unless we have qualified people on both sides and transparent systems, just think about it. Like you are an insurance company, and what would be one reason that you do audit is it's your policy. It's like certain metrics that you need to meet. But most importantly, you want to work with your providers, your physicians, non-physician providers, to uh, provide them enough feedback so they can actually, if they are doing something incorrectly, inaccurately, so you need to provide information and materials back to them so then they don't repeat these problems. So instead, they keep coming to us with these nonsense, and oh, this risk is not enough. This is not this. This is not that. But when did you when did you have a meeting with any of these people practices? Every time we requested these meetings, you were not there, and you didn't provide one single, other than one single patient, you did not provide any feedback. So punitive is what I would just call and label this. There's no better way to label anything punitive than this. So, and then again, instead of focusing on the places where they can save a lot of money, or do they want to save a lot of money? That's the other thing. But so we have to work with them. And so healthcare cost is not something that you can just demand from the government. You individuals need to understand where this is coming from. And because if you do, we would be able to ask the proper and right questions. And that is, what's going to happen with healthcare. Primary care, private practice, they do not make more money than 10 years ago. If you can go to Medicare fee schedule 2025, 2026, you can look at the fee schedule 2018. So in some cases, it went down. So that means private practice is not making money. So who's making it? Like Christiana Hospital. Now the new CEO is going to probably start with the $2.9 million salary that's where Dr. Nevin left. So the salary that she started with 1.4 in 2017, I believe, was the 2017, the last one that I have, and left the position with $2.9 million salary. So I mean, we don't need to remind people, but 1 billion, 250 million is Christiana Hospital's net profit in the last 5 fiscal years. So this is where the healthcare cost is. Now, so one of the really interesting thing is, now I want to actually bring this up. I wanted to bring this up, Ethan. This is interesting. This kind of pissed me off, actually. So now, I have to watch my blood pressure with these things. This was so, like, I felt like so disrespected with when I saw this. So this is, um, let's see, where is this one? Um, So this is, these are the guys who, if I send you something from LinkedIn, are you able to open that?
Yeah.
So
I should be able to. Hopefully I don't have to log in, but we can try. If not, we can try a screenshot.
so this is from, we mentioned this one. This is the lobbies for the hospital systems. Well, actually, I'm going to send you a picture. This is the signing ceremony of SB 1, Senate Bill 1. So you would remember Senate Bill 1 because we discussed it a lot. I just sent it to your team, so that would be our good closing, and people will understand why we are always edgy and angry. So once I see that on the screen, I'll explain it.
I'll drag that on right now.
You got it?
Let me get adjusted here. All right, I have it.
So Senate Bill 1 was sponsored by Brian Townsend and with the support of Trinidad Navarro. And this is a primary care reform extension. United Medical ACO put so much effort into this publicly, and we were fighting against Christiana and Bay Health and BB and other hospital systems there because they wanted to shut down this bill. Delaware Healthcare Association CEO was publicly making statements, and he actually gave a speech there as well. And he was talking about how harmful this SB1 is. And then Christiana Care sent more than 25 physicians, I believe, because they were in a white coat with the like physician coat, physician white coat, and they were fighting against this bill that was sponsored to protect primary care in Delaware. Now, 1 week ago, they posted what you see on the screen. Christiana Care is sharing Delaware Healthcare Association's post. Yesterday's bill signing marked as an important milestone in Delaware's ongoing work to strengthen our healthcare. You are full of shit, Christian Hospital. You are one of the biggest certified liars in Delaware, I guess, when you are telling me that you believe that this is an important milestone because you think that you can go behind the governor and then be there on the signing ceremony of something that you were opposed and brought your physicians to fight and put your lobbies out there to fight us. And then when the bill passed, you are posting it like if this was the effort of the outcome of your effort. Shame on you. So I think one thing is never going to change is these hospital systems and their lobbies and how they are actually misleading public. So just like they were misleading how much money they were going to lose when they were uh, if this bill passed. But now something that we should have been, Ethan, this is just so interesting, something that United Medical ASO should have been posting is Delaware Healthcare Association, the lobbyists against the SB1 post, and then Christiana shares.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this was something that they were able to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the story ends, and that's why we are going to always have expensive healthcare in United States. So the AI prepped something for me, and one of them is what keeps me optimistic. Well, being able to call out the bullshit makes me optimistic. So I can just tell you that I don't buy any of these stupidity from these healthcare systems or insurance companies in a way. So we are a fighter. One of the things that's going to keep us optimistic is, Dr. Erkan, like when I was talking to him several years ago, one one thing that I shared with him, like we are like the honey badgers, like these animals.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it? So
Yeah.
they are the cutest thing. They are a real fighter. So they are not afraid of anyone, anything. They go out of their way to get in trouble in some cases, and nothing happens to them. They go after a very poisonous snake, and they get bitten by the snake, and they just get high a little bit, and then they're fine right after.
There it is.
And then they are not, they don't have any fear. So
that could be our mascot. There you go.
that keeps us optimistic because we are strong. We may be small in healthcare, but when we are all together, we are strong. We are the biggest private group in Delaware, although they are smaller and mid-sized practices individually. Altogether, we are strong, and we don't need to mislead public in any of the posts like the way that these hospitals and hospital lobbies are doing. So we are out here, and we are able to discuss and be open with our people. So I think I got a message from so I think Dr. Katz did respond to me. So I think there's some miscommunication. So so he thought it was at 10 in the morning, but then he didn't say anything to us.
Okay.
So it would be we were no, and then apparently we did. He was saying that he didn't get the confirmation. It's okay, Dr. Katz. If you are listening, we'll be rescheduling you, so no problem. So just because you are my former neighbor, so we'll be nice to you. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. This was kind of like we didn't plan on this, so hopefully things came out okay, and we have always a lot of things to talk about. Dr. Erkan is going to join me for our Bariatric Friday, and it will be back next week. I believe next week we have the YWCA
Yep, we do.
CEO
Yep,
Melissa
YWCA. Yep.
Gambriel with the Resilience Fund project, the initiative. So we'll be discussing YWCA next week. So until then, stay united. Bye bye.